All right, welcome to Brandmotion Tech Talks on the ADAS lineup. So today we're going to be going over a quick introduction, product category overview. We're going to be discussing the product features, advantages, and benefits. And then really the most important point of this topic is going to be the value that this product presents to fleets. And then lastly, we'll close with some resources and tools available to you and wrap it up from there. So on the call today, we've got myself, which is Adam DeGroat, account manager here at Brandmotion. Been here for a little bit over a year, as well as Zach Seidel. He's actually not in the room right now, but may be joining here shortly. Zach is also a member of the sales team. The sales team here we refer to as the account relationship team, as we're the ones who are customer facing in Brandmotion. However, we do have several other departments within Brandmotion, such as returns, technical support, accounting, product development, warehouse, wire harness builders, and our connected vehicles business, which are all available to you as well. If you'd like to learn more about the company or more about Brandmotion in general, feel free to check out our website, click on the company to learn more. So today we'll be covering the ADAS product group. There's 3 products in this group. We have the main product, which is the Advanced Driver Assistance System, and 2 auxiliary parts, which are used in conjunction with the ADAS 1100. So right here in the middle, we've got the camera system. That is the part number ADAS-1100. This is sort of our bread and butter, if you will, for safety equipment for fleets. It can be paired as well with a dash top display, like you see here on the right, or a seatbelt vibrating module, like you see here on the left. So I wanted to start things out today with a little bit of video. We do have a video made on the ADAS 1100 and the features and benefits of it. So I want to show you guys a quick video here. Shouldn't be more than a minute.
Many modern vehicles are starting to come equipped with forward crash warning and lane departure warning systems, advanced safety technology that monitors your vehicle's speed and the speed of the vehicle in front of you and warns you if you're closing in too fast and may not be able to stop in time. NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, recommends this technology on all vehicles because of its effectiveness in reducing accidents and injuries, and because of its effectiveness in fighting distracted driving, a major public health issue on our nation's roads and highways. Brandmotion offers a single device that brings forward crash warning, lane departure warning, and pedestrian detection to any vehicle on the road. It's an intelligent, universal system that automatically calibrates itself to its surroundings once professionally installed. It also includes a dual video recording system that records both the road ahead and the driver's actions at all times. Because of its effectiveness in helping to reduce distracted driving and a reliable video record of what happened in case of a crash, the Brandmotion ADAS system is especially useful for businesses with fleets of vehicles. Fleet managers like the Brandmotion ADAS system because of its effectiveness, low cost, ease of installation, and no monthly fees. It can significantly reduce your company's insurance rates and can pay for itself in a short amount of time. For more information and links to a dealer near you, visit brandmotion.com.
So the highlight we wanted to touch on there is one, NHTSA actually recommends ADAS units in every vehicle. So why we sell it, why we think it's great for fleets, because NHTSA recommends it. We found that it offers some of the most proliferating safety technology that we offer. So that's why we think it's a great product. So moving forward here, we're going to touch now on some of the features, advantages, and benefits of the 3 parts. So starting with the ADAS 1100, as you heard Kevin mention in the video, this is a 2-camera system. The primary camera will face the road, and the secondary camera is really up to the installer on where they'd want it to be pointed. But typically with this, geared towards a fleet, it's going to be pointed at the driver, so you can record what's happening on the road and simultaneously record what the driver is doing. So in the unfortunate event of a driver mishap, you can record the event outside of the vehicle and record what's happening inside of the vehicle. This comes with multiple alert options. Audible, visual, and vibration notifications are all available. Has a 1-year factory warranty, unless it's going on a new vehicle, in which case it would be a 3-year warranty. It has automatic calibration. You simply drive around to calibrate. Forward collision alert, so it warns you of oncoming objects. Lane departure warning, so it tells you when you're leaving your lane. A popular one that we have is the forward car departure. So what is this? Let's say you're stopped at a light. It's a red light. The car in front of you is parked there. You get distracted looking down at your cell phone. Maybe you drop something on the ground. There's a bug loose in your car, whatever it may be. That car in front of you then leaves when the light turns green and you're still distracted looking down. Our system will alert you to say that car in front of you is left. It's probably time you do the same as well, because no one likes that embarrassing honk on the horn when someone behind you is getting aggravated. They've got places to go and you're stuck there on a green light. So beyond forward car departure, we also have automatic event recording. So in the case of an event like a collision, an accident, bumping into a pole, whatever it may be, it will record, lock, and save that video right on the system. So you can pull it out with an SD card, put it onto a computer, and do what you need to from there. It does have password protection available as well. So if you're a fleet manager or have a child that you'd like to protect, but don't necessarily trust them all the time to have full access into the unit, it is also password protected. Moving forward past the 1100, as I did mention, there is 2 auxiliary parts that can be paired with it. Here we have the vibration ADAS notification, or the seatbelt module, part number ADAS-1020. So what this is good for is if you need a physical, vibration alert when there's a notification through the system, whether it's forward car departure, forward collision alert, lane departure, whatever it may be. This, in conjunction with the alert you'd see on the ADAS unit, would vibrate either your chest, or if it's in the seat, it would vibrate your chair. So that'll alert you, in conjunction with the notification you see on the ADAS unit itself, really to just drive home the message of, hey, you've got something coming onto you, or whatever the alert may be. As I mentioned, it does have seat integration, so it can be placed beneath the driver's seat. This is especially great for if you are a fleet manager and you're worried if your fleet is even necessarily wearing their seatbelt. This is a great way to make sure that they're still getting those alerts, even if the seatbelt application is not ideal. It is plug and play. It plugs directly into the ADAS 1100, and it is a great accessory piece or add-on to the unit. Similarly, the ADAS 1130 or 1130 is a dash top display. How I like to put it into words is it kind of looks like a Apple Watch on your dash top display. It's going to give you the same notifications you get right on the ADAS module, just in a different view of the driver. So if you imagine the driver's in the left seat, you've got your mirror and the ADAS unit to your right. Well, you're only going to see any alerts out of your right peripheral view. If you need to see out of your left peripheral view as well, that'd be a great area for that dash top display. So it's an additional display, 2 places to view the ADAS notifications, and then it is plug and play right into the ADAS unit. So here's what we're all here for. This is what we really wanted to touch on. We've got the basics of the part and what it does. Automatic calibration. It's going to warn you when you're going to hit a car, you're leaving your lane, a car is left in front of you, there's a motorcycle in front of you, and much more. But who is this valuable for? What is it out there for? Really, in our mind, it's out there for fleets. So we really wanted to break down, what is the value this ADAS unit adds to fleets. So let's start to break down the information. 94% of collisions on the road are driver error. That means, it's not a tree falling down in front of you that you run into. It's either you or someone around you made an error that caused an accident. Of the fatalities that are due to lane departures, 60% are fatal. 22% of the road fatalities involve a pedestrian as well. So if you can imagine, once we start to get into the litigation that comes with a fatality or a pedestrian incident, that's where some real dollar signs start to come up for a fleet owner if their driver did get in an accident like that. So accident rates are on the rise. From 2007 to 2016, you can see a pretty steady increase, with the exception of 12 and 13, in the frequency of auto collisions. And actually 40% of all motor vehicle accidents are work-related. So if you can imagine, 4 out of every 10 accidents that happen are related to whether you're at work, going to work, coming home from work, something tied to work. And accidents are expensive. The accidents are on the rise, but the frequency is on the rise, but the cost is also on the rise. So the average run collision repairs grew from, right around $1,600 for a 2010 Chevy Malibu up to north of $3,500 for a 2018 Chevy Malibu. And you can see the vehicle insurance costs have grown in 2016, 2017, and 2018 as well. And even 53% of vehicle crashes cause employees to miss work. So you can start to add up, what is a missed day of work of my employee cost me? Because that's different for everyone. But these fleet managers would hopefully be able to answer that question. So here's some more data showing that fleet costs are on the rise. You can see the vehicle crash cost to employers. These dollars are in billions from 2013 to 2018. The steep growth from 47.4 billion to 57.9 billion in that 5-year span of fleet cost to fleet owners. So you can just see the data we're presenting here is just the cost of owning a fleet is increasing, increasing, increasing. So why would I spend more money to get safety equipment? Well, in our mind, that's how you lower your total cost of ownership. So adding safety technology can help address the increasing costs, actually. So what are the benefits that you get from adding our safety technology? Here's some information on 5 total parts that we cover, but we're really going to touch on the forward collision warning here. 27% of adding forward collision warning can reduce front to rear crashes by 27%, front to rear crashes with injuries by 20%, claim rates for damage to other vehicles by 9%, and claim rates for injuries to people in other vehicles by 16%. So you can see there's some more data on blind spot detection, rear view cameras, lane departure warning, and rear cross traffic alert. But really the two benefits you get from the ADAS unit here are the forward collision alert and the lane departure warning. So the second benefit a fleet owner would get beyond the lower collision rates would be a lower cost from retrofit solutions. So in your total cost of ownership, you've got interest, depreciation, fuel, scheduled maintenance, non-scheduled repairs, driver downtime, insurance, tax and registration, all that you can pay for. So hopefully this product would help reduce your insurance costs and much more, like litigation, vehicle downtime, reduced maintenance and repair, and reduced vehicle acquisition cost. So the reduced vehicle acquisition cost is a pretty interesting one. So if you can imagine, let's say a fleet's going to purchase a Ford F-150. You've got your range from the XL to the King Ranch and everything in between. So the XL's bare bones. They get you pretty much the chassis, the body, and a couple seats and a steering wheel. And the King Ranch has got everything imaginable. But there's a significant price range difference between the two. So typically your fleet owner is going to go with the XL. It's going to get the vehicle on the road for the least amount of money. But it's not going to give you all that safety equipment that you'd get standard in the King Ranch. But it's actually cheaper to go with the lower model and buy this in the aftermarket, like our unit. So the third benefit is a high perceived benefit in driver satisfaction. So beyond just being physically safer overall in the vehicle, the driver themselves are going to feel safer and more confident when driving. So here's a chart that lays out the perceived benefits of lane departure warning and forward collision warning, along with our radar blind spot and rear cross traffic warnings. But as you can see, just adding these to the vehicle just greatly increases the driver confidence out on the road, which arguably can be important as anything. So the market is hugely growing for ADAS, and from 2016 to 2021, you can see a projected growth of about $600 million. These figures are in millions. So a huge growth within the next year, or within the last 5 years and into the next year in the ADAS market. So we've got a hugely growing market. Costs are skyrocketing, but there's one way to lower those costs, and that's with ADAS or safety equipment. So here's an example of the total cost of ownership for fleets. 5 different examples. You've got acquisition cost, maintenance and repair, downtime, insurance, and litigation. So acquisition cost, that could be totally debatable. It depends on the vehicle, the model, the year, all that. We won't even try to guess on what the acquisition cost could be. Maintenance and repair, typically going to be about $4,500 when you factor in parts, labor, and whatever specialized company you may be working with to do maintenance on your fleet. Downtime, you could average maybe about $600 a day. It could be more, could be less, depending on what the type of business is. Insurance could be about $500 a vehicle per year. And litigation, we can't even guess what a lawsuit may cost. It could be into the millions of dollars if there is loss of life included. So how do we present the value to a fleet owner? When it comes to acquisition costs, it's how do you spec your vehicles? What features are you getting and what are you not getting? How can I help you get those features that you are not getting? Maintenance and repair. How many accidents are you running into? What does that accident cost you? Did that worker come back to work right away? How many days did they miss? Downtime. How many days does a repair cost you? How many days off the road are you when you're getting a repair? If you can imagine a plumber or an electrician with a couple vans, if they have one van down, that could be thousands of dollars in lost revenue in a week. Insurance. How many crashes are you having a year? How much did that cost you? What is your insurance rate from this year relative to last year and the year before? Is it skyrocketing? Is it going up? Litigation. Have you ever been sued? How much was the lawsuit for? What was it involved with? How big of a headache was it? How many hours did you have to spend involving yourself into the lawsuit? So these are all ways that we can position our product to add value to a fleet. So really, just to do a quick recap, wanted to go back. The three main benefits that a fleet owner could get: 1, lower collision rates; 2, lower costs from retrofit solutions when they go with a cheaper trim level rather than your higher trim level with all the safety products. If they go to that lower one and they buy some aftermarket products, their total cost of acquisition is much, much lower than going with the higher trim level. And 3rd, a higher perceived benefit in driver satisfaction. It's just going to make your employees much happier when you have the safety equipment. That's really the summary of the ADAS unit and its benefits. It's a great product. What it does is, it adds similar safety features that you see in brand new vehicles, like your forward collision, lane departure, car departure alert. So that's kind of my whole 2 cents on it. Zach, do you have anything to add in before I wrap it up?
And guys, what Adam had really been speaking on, sorry about that. And sorry, I was a little late to join in there, Adam. But what Adam's really talking about, especially when he's talking about when we talk about the idea of how do you spec a vehicle. So when we say, we're throwing out these arbitrary ideas of saying you buying a Ford F-150 XL versus an XLT or an FX4 or a King Ranch. These, especially to a fleet owners, these are decisions that you're talking are not only thousands of dollars, but tens of thousands of dollars. And really, we've got a couple of really good slides if anyone's really interested when we start talking. Typically, we talk about this with blind spot, where there are these trim levels that don't even have the ability for you to add on directly from the factory. Even if you said, hey, I want the $5,000 add-on to add in a blind spot system or add in an ADAS system from the factory, you can't even get those until you go into an XLT or an FX4 model opposed to the XL. So, and again, these are tens of thousands of dollars to even get your foot in the door to order that option. So whenever we're talking about how do you guys spec, these are really quick and easy ways where, for example, this is a great piece for the ADAS unit. You don't have to worry about a year, a make, a model. This unit works in everything. And it's super, super versatile in that effect, where you don't have to say, okay, well, I have X amount of vans, I have X amount of trucks, I've got X amount of semis. This will work in all of them. It is a truly universal solution that's really, really nice. And one more piece, Adam, as well, for the 1130 additional display, what we see a lot of fleet owners that really take advantage of this is, as a distraction piece, they may want to move the ADAS unit itself from, say, either the top left part of the windshield or the center to the top right, where your driver can't see when they're driving down the road. They can't see it and being a moving object, so they move it out of their view, and then they relocate that little dash display exactly what it says right in the dash. So that dash display is a really nice piece because all it shows you is a little car, 2 little lanes, and then it'll show you, if I remember correctly, a couple of warning triangles on each side or in front of you or behind you. So it's a really, really great piece that can be integrated in so many different ways. I know we always joke around in the office, you can put the seatbelt vibration module right across your chest, or we've had other fleets put it actually in the seat. So they'll put it right in the seat so you get that nice vibration alert right on your butt, unfortunately. And but that's what it takes for some drivers to realize, hey, you need to pay attention to what's going on. There's a potential collision that's coming right down the line for you guys. And again, Adam really hit the home run, so to speak, with saying, this all impacts to lowering your costs. And, a small investment may, in the course of 3 to 5 years, be worth tens of thousands of dollars in time and labor and lost revenue and all these other things. And then exactly, he had said too, with the potential of loss of life, this is really a system that saves your life, quite literally. So it's a really good piece. Adam really did a great job with this one, so I'm going to turn it back over to him.
Thank you. So as Zach mentioned, this is a universal piece, so it can be used on basically any vehicle. The only limitations of the system would be the length of the harnesses, but as we know, there's always workarounds around that. So you've got a universal piece here, but what happens when you're looking for a non-universal piece? When you're looking for just a regular part at Brandmotion, I wanted to run you through real quick how our vehicle configurator works. So if you were to go to brandmotion.com, just our main home page, this is what you'd see right up at the top. If you go ahead and click that search by vehicle button, it'll prompt you to select a make, and you'll select a year, a model, and a trim, the color, which is not essential, a category, a subcategory if necessary, and then it'll show all the products we have available. So let's say you have a customer call in, or you're looking for a backup camera for 2012 Ford Escape, but you don't know what the correct option is for. You just go through these steps right here: Ford 2012 Escape, pick the trim level, the color if you know it, a category you're looking for. So in this case, it'd be a backup camera, a universal camera, and then bam, you'd get your options. Beyond that, we do also have an application guide. You just use the Control F function, search for the SKU or the vehicle that you're looking for. So let's use the same example. You could type in Ford Escape right in the search function. It'll take you right down to that row and show you all parts we have available for that vehicle. Lastly, we do have the Brandmotion website. I would encourage you all to go to the website and just type in the search bar ADAS-1100. Check out all the information we have on there. There's a ton more of information that we didn't cover today, simply for the sake of time, but all the information we have available is always on the website, right on the product pages. It's a great place for research. I use it every day when I'm on the phone. It's a great tool to lean on, and always go to double check.
Hey, Adam, where can they find the instructions as well?
You can find the instructions right on the website as well, if they don't come in the box, or if you need to just double check before the part gets in. So with that being said, I just want to say thank you. Here's our contact information. Again, my name's Adam DeGroat, account manager here at Brandmotion, and then I've got Zach Seidel here on my left, technical sales and support. So feel free to shoot us an email, give us a ring if you have any questions, and thank you for tuning in this week.